CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. Glad you are with us on this Wednesday, January 14th. A murder trial in Sault Ste. Marie ended abruptly yesterday when the accused in the case changed his plea to guilty. Stephen Jones of Toronto admitted to killing a 22-year-old Sioux woman and stabbing a man in June 2023. Jones pleaded guilty for second-degree murder in the death of Taylor Marshall, who was killed in her apartment. He also pleaded guilty to attempted murder for stabbing Liam Frenette in an attack that took place the same day on the city's boardwalk. A Gladue report has been ordered, and the case returns to court January 21st, when a date will be set for sentencing. One person was killed following a two-vehicle crash on Manitoulin Island last night. It happened around 5:30 p.m. along Highway 540 between Emery and Robertson Roads in Gore Bay. One of the drivers was pronounced dead at the scene, while the other was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Two people face drug trafficking charges after an investigation in Sudbury uncovered $31,000 in cocaine, fentanyl, and oxycodone. Police say the illicit drugs, along with $12,000 in cash, were found after search of an apartment. One of the people arrested was a 21-year-old from Sudbury. Now to the weather. The cold has returned along with blustery winds. For more details on the change, we go to CTV's Rick Wyman.
I don't like it. It's here. It happened this morning. I went outside and I said, what the heck is going on? Your first take on weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. This is the system that is, approaching the Northeast. A little bit of precipitation, but that's coming up tomorrow. Clear and cold throughout Northeastern Ontario. Very cold overnight. Wind chill factor into effect as well during the course of the day. The evening, we'll take a look at some of the conditions, and you won't be too impressed. It'll be cold for a couple of days, Tony, as you called it just the other day. But that wind chill outside today, minus 27 in Greater Sudbury. That was nasty. It's going to get worse overnight. Details just minutes away.
Bitter, yes. Thanks so much for that, Rick. The results are startling. A new report finds homelessness in the north has skyrocketed when compared to southern Ontario. The document reveals that housing supply, prevention initiatives, and support systems are not meeting increasing demand. CTV's Eric Tashner has more.
Homelessness in Northern Ontario has increased by 37% from 2024 to 2025, according to a new report which studied Ontario's homelessness data. The rate is much higher when compared to the rest of the province.
Disproportionate would be a reasonable term to describe the numbers between Northern Ontario and Southern Ontario.
A report called Municipalities Under Pressure 1 year later finds that while Northern Ontario represents 5% of the province's population, it now accounts for nearly 10% of all homelessness in Ontario.
There's a lot more collaboration and coordination happening among partners in communities. That being said, I'd be hard-pressed to see any other real progress.
Indigenous people account for more than 40% of homelessness in the north. In just 1 year, the number of people experiencing homelessness in Northern Ontario rose from 5,900 to 8,100.
Investments in the heart hubs is a good first start in the province, but we know that there aren't heart hubs everywhere.
The report finds the crisis is shaped by structural housing shortages, not short-term disruptions like job loss, and that a limited availability of affordable housing hinders people's attempts to get off the streets.
We need to dig deep into those federal, provincial, and local pockets and start building more houses.
We do have a proposed meeting with Rob Flack, who is the Minister of Housing. That would be through NOSDA.
This pressure contributes to longer shelter stays, increased chronic homelessness, and rising system costs across health, emergency, and social services.
All these studies and reports that go back, emphasize the system and the problems that we face.
Beyond its human toll, the report also finds homelessness is undermining economic stability. Northern Ontario municipalities are absorbing rising costs for emergency shelters, healthcare, public safety, and encampment response. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
More delays in the construction of the school in Parry Sound after the province terminated its agreement with the contractor of the new building. Education Minister Paul Calandra made the announcement in an open letter to parents on the Near North District School Board's website. The new JK through grade 12 school was supposed to be ready last September, but the board announced in August it would not be ready in time. The delay and the way it was handled prompted an investigation into the board, which led the province to take control. And Minister Calandra says several factors went into the decision to terminate the contract and adds the goal now is to find a new contractor so the school can be ready for September. You can read more on this story by going to CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. There have been 13 snow days in Timmins so far this school year, but an area school board says it's pleased with the number of students who have shown up, especially after the big blizzard at the end of December. When more than 60 centimeters walloped Timmins on December 29th, District School Board Ontario Northeast says by last week, attendance at its Timmins schools ranged from about half to 85% of the student population. Timmins High and Vocational School pivoted to online learning, but as of this week, it's back to the classroom.
We have an attendance initiative. It's called Attendance Matters. We're in year 4, and we've really tried to highlight the importance of attending school. In fact, if a student misses a day of school, there's some research from Godfrey and Ansary that says they miss almost a day and a half, if not 2 days of learning. So there are great things happening in our classrooms, even if it's a small number of students. So we really encourage our students and our families to have their children come to school.
And Di says one of the biggest challenges with school buses is they cannot go backwards unless a spotter is also on the bus. It's time for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. But first, we are heading to Sault Ste. Marie. This live webcam is courtesy of the International Bridge Administration. It's minus 13 degrees. We are back in just a few minutes.
Fuel your Fridays with CTV and Pure Country. Enter online for a chance to win a $100 gas gift card. Fuel your Fridays. Powered by CAA. Life isn't one size fits all. Neither is CAA. It was just the other day, neighbors were asking me about sunshine. We've got sunshine in the forecast across Northeastern Ontario, but it's going to be cold. That's the proviso right now. So this is what it looks like for tomorrow. Then we have periods of snow across the Northeast on Friday as we shake things up a bit and we go from really cold temperatures to milder temperatures come Friday. Sudbury Nickel Belt, sunny at minus 15, colder with the wind chill. Should be about minus 21, minus 22 tomorrow. Friday, periods of snow, minus 7. Chance of snow Saturday, minus 10, minus 14 Sunday, chance of snow. And the chance of flurries of minus 14 to start off the week. Meanwhile, in Sault Ste. Marie, Algoma, sun and cloud tomorrow, minus 11, colder with the wind chill. Periods of snow Friday. Saturday, chance of snow Sunday, minus 8, minus 11 your daytime highs, and minus 11 again Monday with the cloud cover. How about Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing, sun and cloud tomorrow, minus 17. Chance of snow Friday, minus 12, minus 15, turning colder here. Chance of flurries, minus 19, even colder. Sunday, chance of flurries, and minus 18 Monday with the cloud cover. Those evening temperatures, minus 25, not so good. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, here we go. Clearing tomorrow, minus 15. Chance of snow Friday, minus 7. Chance of snow Saturday at 60%. Chance of flurries Sunday, minus 15, your daytime high. And again, minus 15 Monday with the cloud cover. Take a look at these evening temperatures, minus 19, minus 20, minus 23, and minus 21. Now North Bay and West Nipissing, mainly sunny for tomorrow at minus 13 degrees, minus 24 though at night. Periods of snow on Friday, minus 8 your daytime high. Saturday, chance of snow minus 9, and then take a look at Sunday. Chance of snow 60%, minus 13 degrees, but again cooling off to minus 20 at night. And Monday, we've got the chance of flurries at 40%. Your daytime high around minus 14. That's below the norm for this time of the year. And again, it's going to be one of those days where the temperatures will vary. Cold, not so cold. Chance of snow, chance of flurries over the course of the next 5 days, Tony. So get ready for that and a lot more.
Thanks, Rick. A few details were released at a council meeting in Callander last night as the town continues to deal with the lack of a mayor and councillor. Deputy Mayor Jordy Carr chaired the meeting and revealed the issue is now before an independent integrity commissioner. Former Mayor Rob Noon and Councillor Irene Smith surprised many with their resignation on December 19th. No formal explanation has been given to date, and Carr admitted in her remarks she understands this is frustrating for the community.
I want to acknowledge a significant public interest following the recent resignations. I understand that people are looking for clarity at this time. An independent integrity commissioner process is underway. And out of respect for that process and our legal and privacy obligations, Council is not able to comment further. What I can say is that Council has been acting on legal advice, fulfilling its statutory responsibilities and prioritizing the stability of the municipality.
Council was also provided a report asking how it plans to fill the vacancies before the fall election. Staff will revise their report and come back with options at a future meeting. Solutions could include appointing someone who was a candidate in 2022, appointing someone known to Council, creating an open application process, and holding a by-election. 1,000 Algoma Steel employees are set to be laid off in March. Today, Sault College hosted a session to help those workers understand their options. CTV's Corey Nordstrom tells us more.
Last month, 1,000 Algoma Steel employees were given layoff notices effective March 23rd.
I knew that the situation will come, but as the plan was like it will come, this kind of thing will happen in 2028. I was prepared for that, but it came almost 2.5 years early. That was shocking. I'm not prepared for that.
To prepare those employees for their time after the steel plant, Sault College has hosted 4 information sessions. On hand to offer support, officials with the newly opened Steelworker Power Action Center, employment professionals, and college staff.
We offered information in a classroom about employment supports available, the programs we offer, and then accessibility into them through our academic upgrading or through continuing education. And then we opened up a fair style type of information so everybody can talk one-on-one about their own personal situation, so that we really are delivering support in any way that might be needed.
So far it's been really helpful. We've got to hear a lot of different ideas, different perspectives, a lot of different people to talk to about what might be available both for retraining or trying to immediately get back into the workforce.
Among the first steps was the advice to contact or visit the Action Center at 68 Dennis Street.
The Action Center itself actually opened up on January the 5th. It's manned. We're still ramping up, but we're actively engaged with all the employees of Algoma Steel that received notice, as well as suppliers who have been impacted by the downsizing Algoma as well.
Kirkland suggests laid-off steelworkers should visit the Action Center as soon as possible and not wait until their employment insurance nears its end before acting. He advises them to bring their resume and any training documents they have to help with their job search. Corey Nordstrom, CTV News, Sault Ste. Marie.
Sharing his story coming up on CTV News at 5. A Sudbury veteran talks about an important program that helped get him off the street.
Abused for years by a monster.
Why isn't anybody coming?
Behind the worst mass killing in Canadian history.
As soon as he said it's too late, I thought I need help.
Sunday night, right after the game on CTV and Crave.
In sports now, just a single game last night in the NOJHL. The French River Rapids were in Powassan taking on the Voodoos, and it was a high-scoring game. The Voodoos thumped the Rapids 11-5. The Ottawa 67s left Northern Ontario this weekend with more than their 2000th franchise win. They left with a taste of Indigenous culture following a stop on Manitoulin Island. Supporters from all over the island played host to the 67s, who had played all 3 Northern teams. There was team building, smudge teachings, fire building, Eagle staff teachings, archery, and a culinary competition. Sudbury's pro basketball team is on the road for 3 games this week in the Basketball Super League. In a game that began at 11 this morning, the 5 beat the Lake Erie Jackals 124-103 to improve their record to 3-1. The 5 play in Windsor Friday and Kitchener-Waterloo Saturday. The Homelessness Network in Sudbury is hoping to highlight the success of its Veterans Homelessness Program. CTV's Lindsay Alec met with one of the veterans who has received assistance.
Drew Beaudin joined the Canadian Armed Forces at the age of 19, serving from 2008 to 2011.
There's a lot of highlights, but I'd have to say the biggest one was getting sent to Ottawa as part of the Governor General's Foot Guards.
He says he left due to changes in the pension plan. Shortly after, he decided to join the Millwrights Union in Sudbury.
Having hearing loss from the training in the military, I had a very difficult time, so unfortunately I didn't make it past my probationary period.
In January 2025, he says he was living in Sudbury housing when his rent was raised dramatically.
I was on geared to income supplement, so I went from $115 a month up to $1,050. Not being able to hold down a job, I simply wasn't able to afford my rent.
He says at that point he knew he would have to move out. He ended up being homeless for a short time until a friend stepped in.
He was very kind to me and let me stay in his camper. No electricity, no water, but I was right up the road from McDonald's, so I was able to scoot down there and use the Wi-Fi and get stuff to eat. Wasn't the best, but it was certainly better than being out in the cold.
He says he lived there for a few weeks before being connected with the Veterans Homelessness Program, which has been successful in housing 11 veterans since it launched in October of 2024.
We're really happy with that so far. We're really hoping to promote the program so that more people who might not know about their options yet know about what's here in Sudbury to support either homeless veterans or persons who are at risk of homelessness because of affordability.
The program is made possible through federal funding, which will continue until 2028. Meantime, Beaudin says he is currently taking a university course and volunteering at the Lockerbie Legion on a regular basis. Lindsay Alec, CTV News, Sudbury.
She's a former educator turned author. When we return, a woman from Astorville near North Bay tells us about her new book. You're watching First at 5. A Northern author has penned an interesting book. It's titled, I Can't Be the Only One Who... You finish the sentence. To tell us more, Chantal de Gagne now joins us in studio. Welcome.
Good morning.
So tell us about this book. What prompted you to write it?
Really, it stems from the loss of my elderly parents in 2023. They passed. They were married for 72 years and they passed within 11 weeks of each other. So I was an essential care provider for them along with one of my sisters, and they were in a nursing home for like 5 years at the end of their lives. And I spent almost every day of my life back and forth to that nursing home. And yes, I mourned the loss of my parents, but I also mourned the loss of the nursing home. And I missed it. I missed going there, I missed the staff, I missed the routine, I missed the other residents and their families. So I thought to myself, okay, am I the only one who misses the nursing home once their parents pass? And I got to talking with people about their quirks and their behaviors and their habits, and I said, okay, other people think that they're not alone with sitting with something that they do or think, and yeah, snowballed into this book.
Where did you get the contributions from? Like, did you put out an email or tell a friend who told a friend, and then all of a sudden it spread like a wildfire?
Okay, well, it's a little bit like that. I did speak with a lot of people, a lot of conversations, anywhere from Nashville to North Bay to places in between. Just having conversations with people and talking to them about their quirks and their habits and their behaviors. My favorite story about that is my husband and I and some family members, we were in Nashville fall 2024. And I'm in the bathroom at the Grand Ole Opry, just me and this other lady. And you know, you get to talking, where you're from and what do you do? And I told her, I'm retired, I'm working on this book. And she said, what's your book about? I told her, and she said, funny thing, she said, I was just in my stall thinking, nobody else does this. Whatever she was doing, and you can read in the book what it was. And so I said, holy, like, can I use that in my book? And she said, of course you can.
Before we go, part of your proceeds going to a charity that's near and dear to your heart.
Correct. So my mother suffered from Alzheimer's related dementia. She was diagnosed in 2015. She passed in 2023, so that was a long haul. In the beginning, we participated in a program called Minds in Motions to keep her busy a little bit. Lasted for a little while, and so that's dear to my heart. And yeah, some of the proceeds will be going to that program.
Chantal, it was a real pleasure. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Chantal de Gagne was our guest. And to see more of our authors and our Northern Book Club, don't forget, head to our website, CTV News Northern Ontario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from Timmins, Quebec. We've had our fair share of snow already this winter, and Todd Rowlandson says he's enjoying all this white stuff because it makes snowmobiling so much more fun. Thanks so much, Todd. These two pubs don't mind the recent rain and snow. Carol Valliere of Chapleau sent us this photograph. She says it's so beautiful in the forest and great to be out with Rambo and Fanny. Thanks, Carol. We're off to Iron Bridge, just outside of Blind River. Larry Kirtley spotted some 10-point and 8-point bucks. He says the deer are in perfect shape with no marks on the fur. Those are great photographs, Larry. Thanks so much for sending them to us. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Finally, we have another lottery winner to tell you about. Congratulations to Adam Moreau of Horton Payne, who won the Lotterio jackpot of more than $737,000 in the November 29th draw. The father of two says the win is bittersweet because he recently lost the love of his life. However, he plans to travel and invest his winnings. And folks, there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.